Just like the Ever Given got stuck in the Suez Canal in 2021, your Colregs learning journey has been stifled, and it may take you a few weeks, maybe even a few months to dig yourself out of that rut and out of the Suez Canal. I'm here to tell you that there is an easy way out. The photo in the thumbnail was what I looked like a few years ago when I was first learning Colregs, and even probably only a year or two ago when I was still in the process of learning it. I was stuck. I had no way out. Fortunately, I found a way to learn it quicker and in a much more entertaining way that finally allowed me to break free and make my way down towards the Red Sea. So who am I to be telling you this? I'm someone, my name is Pete. I'm someone who's been studying Colregs for about 5 years now. And not just that, but I've been a mariner for about 5 years. I've spent about 4 years out at sea, and I have loads and loads of experience in this topic. And not only that, but I found a very, very fun way to learn it. My main goal with this channel is to make it entertaining for you, and to provide the experiences and the lessons that I've learned over the years so that you don't make the same ones, and you can also learn this topic in a much more entertaining way. Unfortunately, if you're expecting this video to have heaps of edits and sort of brain rot content in it, you're on the wrong channel, so please just click off now and go watch Mr. Beast instead. This channel, my goal here is to educate you and to actually teach you valuable lessons based on what I've learned. The topic online is insanely dry. I've looked up a lot of content on it and sort of just looked in and tried to learn off the same videos back in the day that just sort of regurgitate the rules to you and make it really, really boring. That's not my goal with this channel. So I really hope that if you do actually watch this channel that you're going to learn a few things. Another disclaimer that I'm going to mention before we get into this video, I do have a paid program which is down in the description. It's my paid course on your fast track to become an IRPCS master or Colregs master. I put a lot of time and effort into this course. At the moment, it's in a pre-sale. I'm going to double the price very, very soon. So get in there very, very quickly. Now, I'm going to be telling you about what happened in 2021. So the Ever Given in 2021 obviously got stuck in the Suez Canal because they didn't understand bank effect. And there was also a lot of other reasons behind it. Now, I'm not here to bore you and read the rule word for word to you, rule 9, or teach you about a physics lesson such as the Bernoulli effect. If you want to go research yourself, you can go look up a physics channel. I'm not a physician, so I don't know exactly how that works. I just understand the basic theory, and I'm merely here to tell you that that's an analogy of your learning journey at the moment, where you basically tried to make your way through and you tried many, many things to get yourself out, but you're still stuck and you can't really get to the Red Sea. Now, a couple of tricks, tips and tricks that I use to learn it are as follows. So the way that I started doing it was initially just sort of reading the book front to back, which I think can work initially, but something that I switched to more recently, probably about a year or two ago, was actually reading the book back to front. Now, the reason I did this is because at the start, when I started learning it, I had learned a lot of lessons. So I had learned all the rules at the start, but I didn't really know the rules that were sort of towards the end of the book. It's a very, very long book, which again, sucks to read. But it's something that's really, really important for mariners, and not just for mariners, but anyone who wants to get a boating license as well. They have to know the rules in order to prevent accidents and potentially getting arrested later on. So when I say reading the book back to front, what I mean by this is I would pretty much start at the back page and I would just read my way through back to the front. The reason I did this is because when I first started learning, I was reading all the rules at the front and I memorized those pretty well. But then when I got towards the end of the book, I basically didn't just know anything, right? And then when I went to back to front, it started with the hard part first, and then I ended with the easy part, because then by the time I got back to the rules 1, 2, and 3, I knew those rules so well that like it would almost feel automatic at the end, and it would just make the last couple of, I guess the last like 10, 20 minutes of reading it go much, much quicker. Instead of doing it the other way where I'd read the rules first, I'd do the easy part first, and then I'd get to the end and go, oh shit, how do I remember rule 37 or whatever it is? So reading the rules back to front might be something that works for you. It definitely works for me. I think it's a fun way to do it now, and I pretty much do it like that all the time now. And it's allowed me to just memorize things a lot quicker and actually learn it a lot better. The other thing as well is to do it with a partner, or to do it with someone. Right, if you have someone, a classmate, a course mate that you're doing you're learning it with, the best way to do it is what you can do is you can basically go and read it to each other. So what you'll do is you'll just read one paragraph each, and then you hand the book to the other person, you hand it back. And the more you do that, the more you'll actually just pick up little things on each other, and you'll be able to pick up little words here that you missed here and there. And you'll actually it's a lot more enjoyable. In the same way that training at the gym with a training partner is much more enjoyable, because you can laugh, you can have jokes about it. And at the end of the day, you're actually still learning, but then you're bonding with someone else over it. So it's not just a solo journey of you suffering, you're both sort of suffering together, and it makes it a lot more enjoyable. The third thing I have with learning is just looking at scenarios and sort of case studies of accidents that have happened. And then with that, working out the rules that apply, what the situation could have been done better, and how to avoid it from happening in the future. Now, that's my main goal with this channel. Okay, so if you've stuck around this long, I really appreciate you watching this video. My goal with this channel is to become one of the first entertaining channels to actually teach core regs. I'm going to be going through loads and loads of stories that I've experienced, and loads of scenarios and case studies that I've studied in depth, to go, this is how you avoid this from happening in the future, and the rules that we're actually enforce. Learning about a case study can be a little bit dry, but I'm going to make it in a way on this channel that you're actually going to retain information, and it's not going to be super dry when you learn it. But that is genuinely one way that you're actually going to learn those topics, and it's one way that you're going to learn the rules much better. But not only learn them word for word, but also learn how to apply them. When I first started out, I had learned the rules pretty well. I knew sort of word for word what they were, but I didn't really know how to apply them. And realistically, right, I only learned how to apply them when I actually experienced those scenarios, which is why having someone explain to you scenarios and explain to you what they've seen is the best way that you're actually going to learn it, right? When one teaches, two learn. And not only that, but a wise man once said, to become successful, you learn from the mistakes of others, including your own as well, because you're obviously going to make mistakes along the way, but that's just how it is, and you just have to do your best and learn off those. The last thing I really want to say is, this is a long journey, okay? In the same way that fitness is, in the same way that pretty much anything is, you just have to be patient. If you're watching this video, I bet you were hoping that I was going to give you some sort of quick fix to go, yeah, you can learn it like this. The advice that I give you in this video, it still takes years to apply. It takes time, right? You can't be impatient when you're doing this journey. It all starts with small steps. It all starts with doing 10, 15, 20, even 30 minutes per day, right? That is ultimately the way that you're going to learn this. Instead of those 30 minutes where you're watching another YouTube video, you're scrolling, things like that, you can come and watch one of my videos and hopefully learn something. And not only that, just go through and read your book. Do it 30 minutes a day, right? In 3 months, you'll become an expert. It's as simple as that, okay? But you just have to be patient, right? I remember seeing this video once that said, here's how you learn it in 10 minutes. Or, back in the day when I used to watch a lot of fitness videos, you'd see these videos that would say, yeah, this is how you become fit in 10, 20 minutes, right? To build an actual decent physique, to build a decent body, it takes 5 years, maybe even 10. Like, that stuff does not happen overnight. In the same way that you becoming a master at this topic, they say it takes, I think it's 10,000 hours to become a master at something, right? You're not going to become a master tomorrow. You're just not. You have to be really patient in this journey. And I'm here to tell you that, unfortunately, this takes years to master. Like, it's taken me 5 years to get to this point and to actually be able to share this knowledge with you. My goal obviously is to get you to that point much quicker, in maybe even 1 or even 2 years, and not get you there in about 5-6 years, which is what it took me, right? So if you do that 30 minutes a day where you actually study the topic a little bit, don't do any more than that, right? If you do any more than that, you're actually going to get burnt out and you're not going to learn anything, right? Small steps. 30 minutes a day, I think, is genuinely what worked for me, and it still works for me nowadays if I need a quick refresher, if I've got an exam coming up or something like that. A quick 30 minutes a day for a couple of weeks Because once it's in your head, it's really easy to get back to that level, right? But when you're first starting out the journey, you have to take it slow, and you have to be patient as well. It takes months to learn. Your experience as well is going to come with time. Like the experience that I have took me 5 years to get to this point. Masters that have been at sea for 30, 40 years, like those guys have insane amounts of experience. They have a lot more experience than me, obviously, right? But my goal is to teach it to you in a very entertaining way, because a lot of them don't teach it to you in a fun way. I remember my very first instructor that I had, bless him, he was actually a really good instructor. I have nothing against the guy. He was a great instructor, but he was just kind of dry when he taught things, and he just kind of read off the script instead of just freestyling, which is what I'm trying to do a little bit more, rather than trying to read the script, because then you're obviously going to get more value out of it. So like I said, yeah, be patient in this journey. Thanks very much for watching this video. If you're still at this point in the video and you heard me plug my paid program earlier in the video, I genuinely think that you'd be someone who'd benefit from it. I put a lot of hours and effort into it to teach you coral regs in probably the most entertaining way that I can, based on my experiences, based on a lot of tips and tricks that I know, and a couple of the resources that actually really helped me throughout the years. And at the moment it's in a pre-sale. I'm only selling it for $50, so just get in there now. I'm going to increase the price pretty soon once more members join. However, like I said, you're only going to pay $50 for this course, and this course is genuinely worth 10 times less than what you'll pay at any sort of maritime college around the world for the same information, yet you're actually going to get something out of it. So like I said, it's an absolute steal. Please check it out in the description. I'm not just saying it's a steal because it's my course. Like, I'm saying this because I've seen a lot of other courses online that, you know, they're paid courses for a reason, right? Because they're actually a good product. And I hope you trust me enough to go, okay, yeah, mine is the same one. Stay tuned for more videos, and thank you for watching.